Mr. Flavor, body dance. Everybody, everybody, let's go. Oh, yeah, follow me, come and see my wifey. A beautiful baby, oh, see the way she looking so simple, original woman, African baby, oh, she too fine, yeah, she too fine, yeah, all of my so, baby, I'm gonna go see you. She too simple, she too humble, I can't want my side, I can't make my choice, anytime she walk out for the video, that's why she dey pass wahala. She dey make all the boys dey holla. Suffering. I shake your people like I see. And I'm not gonna put me for trouble. She too fine, yeah, she too fine, yeah. I'm on my way, so baby, I'm gonna go see you. She too simple, she too humble. I know I'm on my side. I got my baby, my voice, anytime she walk out for the video, that's why she dey pass wahala. She dey make all the boys dey holla. Suffering. They shake your people like I see. And I'm not gonna put me for trouble. She too fine, yeah, she too fine, yeah. I'm on my so baby, I'm gonna go see you. She too simple, she too humble. I know I'm on my side. I might be my dress here. Wow. Yes, so, let's see what the family members are saying. Wow. Zippers, my sweet Zippers. How are you, darling? You're dancing with me. Wow. Biola, how are you, Bukola? Bukola, good evening. Khadija. Yes, it's time to share. Fun members, please do share. Share to your social media handle. If you are happy to do so, share. And before I continue, I want to quickly say to family members, remember, our tags and shares is still on. We are not stopping it this Sunday. We'll let you know when we'll stop it. So remember, we are looking for the first to 10th position for both stars separately from shares. So if you want to win something, I would say share if you can. You never know. Chinazam Igwe, I love you, Chinazam. I love Chinazam. Oh, Chichi, holistic. I'll share. Yes. Thank you very much, Chichi, my lovely. Hi, Kemi said, good evening, family. Good evening, Kemi. Elizabeth said, okay. So just to let you know that in our mind, it's always in my mind, and my destiny is definitely in my hands. Yes, tonight, we are going to be talking about human rights. What? Why are you talking about human rights? What is human rights? We don't care about human rights. We are hungry. We need food. The economy is bad. What is human rights? Please, Nurse Angel, give us money. Give us empowerment. Give us food. We have challenging circumstances in Nigeria. Don't tell me about no human rights. Why human rights? I say, why not? Why not? Family, why not? We are looking for the ability to a kind of, I just saw that the speakers are coming to the backstage, so I'm happy. Before I continue, yes, tonight we are going to be talking about human rights. And I want to ask you a question. Do you know your rights? Everybody will say, yes. Yes, okay. Do you know your rights? How much do you know your rights? Do you exercise your rights? How much do you exercise your rights? Tonight, our speakers will be IOM Dr. Hope, your one and only Dr. Hope in the house. Dr. Hope, you can unmute and say hello to the family members. Dr. Hope, thanks for coming.
Hello, family members. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good everything.
Depending on where you are watching from. Absolutely. Thank you, Madam Hope. Dr. IOM Dr. Hope, you know we love you. Thank you for coming. And remember to always mute after speaking. Yes, and also we have with us IOM Barrister Tope. What you want to try? Barrister Tope, do you want to greet the family?
Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are watching from. Oh, it's nice to be back.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Dr. Barrister Tope. And we also have Dr. or Professor Temi Tope. He's yet to join us. Before I continue, please, fans, let me see what the family members are saying. Omone said, good evening, ma. Good evening, ma. Omoru said, good evening, ma. Oh, my God. And then Chichi said, my stepper. Ha! Okoto Kalele. Obonaya Ngozi say, greeting, family. Greeting, Obonaya. Femi say, Barrister Tope, we hail you. And they are greeting Dr. Hope as well. Elizabeth say, hello. Good evening, sir. Good evening, every one of you. We need to start quickly. No time to waste time. All right, before we start, I have a video I want to play to you. Please do not go anywhere because remember, we will be having family engagement time. Before I do anything with the speakers, the family will speak first. So I want to urge you, do not go anywhere. Tag your friends to come and watch this video. There is a video I want to play to you. I want to play this video for you all to watch. Very important video. You'll be asking, what is the topic? Why am I playing this particular video? How does that concern us? Don't go anywhere. I want you to watch the video. Please, watch it attentively because I will ask a question and there may be a winner. Yes! And you know, normally on Sunday talk shows, we don't do winning in terms of calling winners here, but we might based on how much you participate. So I want to remind you, do not go anywhere. It's time to watch the video. It's about 3 to 4 minutes video, but listen attentively. There may be a prize depending on your engagement. Now, I will go to the backstage and watch the video myself.
Then the cervix begins to change in preparation for delivery. It starts to soften, thin out, and dilate. The cervix gradually opens, dilates, to allow the baby to pass through. Once the cervix is fully dilated, the mother enters the pushing stage. As the baby's head moves through the birth canal, the vaginal walls stretch to accommodate its size. The vaginal tissues are designed to be elastic, allowing for significant stretching without causing permanent damage. Sometimes, a healthcare provider may perform an episiotomy to facilitate the baby's birth and prevent severe tearing. This is a surgical cut in the perineum to enlarge the vaginal opening. However, episiotomies are not routine and are typically only done when necessary. During the pushing stage, the baby's head emerges first. Followed by the rest of the body. The baby's shoulders rotate to align with the pelvic outlet, allowing a smooth passage through the birth canal. After being born, the baby's respiratory system undergoes significant changes as the baby transitions from receiving oxygen through the placenta to breathing air independently. The umbilical cord is clamped and cut, separating the baby from the placenta. This is usually done once the cord has stopped pulsating to ensure the baby receives the maximum amount of blood and nutrients from the placenta. A cesarean section.
Okay, so fams, you just watched a normal childbirth. I need you to be very attentive. I will be asking questions regarding that. Right now, it's just a minute or a minute and a half. I need you to now watch a CS delivery. Remember, the first one was a normal childbirth. This one is a CS dummy delivery. Watch attentively. There will be a question. Based on your engagement, there may be a prize. So I want you to watch this now.
Cord has stopped pulsating to ensure the baby receives the maximum amount of blood and nutrients from the placenta. A cesarean section, known as a C-section, is a surgery to deliver a baby via the abdomen. There are different skin incisions, a vertical incision, and more often, a horizontal incision just above the pelvic bone, usually around the bikini line. After the skin incision, the fascia fat, muscle layer, and peritoneal layers are cut. The urinary bladder is carefully pushed to the side to protect it. After the incision to the uterus is made, the doctor will rupture the amniotic sac, and the baby can be taken out of the uterus. Then, the umbilical cord is cut, and the baby is wrapped in warm towels for the first examination. The placenta was gently removed, and the cut layers were now sewn back together. The whole duration of the cesarean section is around 15 to 30 minutes of the surgery. The mother stays in the hospital for 4 to 7 days.
Fantastic. Yes. They will say, what is Nurse Angel doing? Are we talking of childbirth or are we talking of human rights? I know some of you are thinking, you're thinking fast. Let me see what you're saying. Glory to God. Woman, they try. Beautiful work of God. Ha ha ha, chai. And wow. Okay, now we go to the question and answer session. I will decide what I want to do with this question and answer session. I need you to be very, very attentive and also give me the answer. Now, for the normal bet, for the normal bet, was it a boy or a girl child that was born? For the normal birth, was it a boy child or a girl child? And if you're answering, because I have another question for the cesarean session, if you're answering, if you say boy, put N beside boy. If you say girl, put N. I need to see the N beside it. So, was it a boy child? Chichi said girl. Amina said wow. Oluwakemi said boy. Patience said girl. Joy said boy. Nanzik said girl. A boy. Shady said girl. Fudge said girl. And Divine said girl. And thank you very much. Taiwo said boy N. Thank you very much for that distinction. Nanzik said boy N. Thank you very much. Elizabeth said boy. Yes. Family has gone to cesarean section. And Riri said boy N. Thank you. We go quickly to the second question. For the cesarean session, was it a boy or a girl? Please, can you put CS if you want to answer this particular give this particular answer. Now we are in the cesarean CS. We want to hear you. Was it a boy child or a girl child that was delivered for the CS? Please, I need to see a CS. Girl C, okay? We can go with girl C. We can go with girl C in terms of C or CS. And Patience said CS girl. Oh, okay. Love said it's girl C. Jennifer said it's girl C. Us. And Joy said CS boy girl. And Modupe said boy CS. Fantastic. Fantastic. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Thank you for the engagement. We need you to keep it coming. And Blessing said it's boy for the CS. Fantastic. Right now, family, I feel like dancing. I feel like great dancing. Right now, I want you to listen attentively and I need an answer from you. Family, blacks, whites, Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, pagans, males, females, Yorubas, Ijos, TV, they are all born free and equal in dignity and in rights. If you don't think so, say no. If you think so, say yes. So I want to repeat. Blacks, whites, Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, pagans, males, females, Yorubas, Ijos, TVs are all born free and equal in dignity and in rights. It's either yes or no. But if you think there are certain people, you can say yes for these people or no for the other people. Let me see what the family are saying. Oh, someone is still, Abubakar is still saying, God, thank you. Faith said yes, okay. Nancy said yes. So let me repeat the question. Yorubas, Ijos, and TVs, blacks and whites, Muslims and Christians, Buddhists and pagans, males and females are all born equal in dignity and in rights. Is it yes or no? Sinop said yes. Patience said yes. Ma, you are not seeing my comment. Chinazan, I already said I love you. Okay, sorry, Chinazan. Yeah, and thank you. I can see you now. Shady said yes, yes. I'm waiting for someone to say no. They are not born equal. I want to see that person. Efosa said yes. Love said yes, yes, yes. And Aminat said yes. Wow, I'm so shocked. Honestly speaking, I'm so shocked. I didn't know that. Thank you. Family, quickly. I want you guys to tell me, what are the we have about 30 human rights declaration, 30 different declaration of human rights. I am asking you, what are the 4 characteristics of the whole 30 declaration of human rights? Family, can you tell me the 4 characteristics of human rights? Family, I am waiting. Not for girls and boys. I don't know what that means. Chinazam, I saw you saying yes before. Good evening, Ma. You're just coming late. Oh, welcome. Anyway, I love you, Gloria. And then God said yes. So can you tell me the 4 characteristics of human rights? I know if I ask you, mention human rights, you say freedom of this, freedom of that, freedom of this, freedom of everything you want to free yourself from. But right now, my question to you all is, what are the 4 characteristics of human rights? I'm reading. You guys are so good. She said freedom, okay? Freedom of speech. So you are telling me one of the 30 declaration. My question is characteristics of living things, characteristics of living things. So I want to know the 4 characteristics, not the declaration like freedom. No, not anything of that nature. I want to know the 4 characteristics of human rights. Human rights apply to all individuals, regardless of their nationality, ethnicity, gender, religion, language, and other status. Thank you. That is true. Very correct. Chijoke said universality. That is one, which is what Shady explained. One of the characteristics of human rights is universality, meaning human rights apply to all individuals, regardless. Exactly. Thank you very much. That is one characteristic given. Freedom of speech, I agree. That is one human right. Now, what is the other 3 characteristics of human right? The right to life, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Human rights are based on principle of equality, ensuring that all individuals have equal dignity. Correct. Name the characteristics. Yes, it is based on principle of equality. Yes. So, what is the characteristic of human rights? Accountability, freedom from discrimination. Kemi, I love you. I love you, Kemi. Rights to education. I know you guys are too intelligent. I know. Oh, she's tagging. Divine is tagging. I know you. Fantastic. Mommy is the best. She's giving me the floor. Okay, let's see what she said. Universality, correct. Non-discrimination, okay. Equality and impartiality. Okay, these are all, characteristics. Well, there are major ones that I'm also looking out for. Impartiality, you don't have to be partial. It should apply to everybody. It means universality as well. So I am waiting to get the 4 characteristics of human rights. Let's see what Justin is saying. The 4 main characteristics of human rights are universality, yes, that is one. Inalienable rights, correct. Inalienability, correct. That's number 2, or any way you want to call it. Indivisibility, absolutely yes. guys are too much. And where is the number 4? Okay, so you're right, Jesse. You've given me 3. Universality, inalienability, indivisibility. Correct. Thank you very much. Thank you. I don't mind participation, accountability, indivisibility, interdependence is the 4th one. Interdependence is the 4th one. So if you take in that dependence, indivisibility, universality, and inalienable rights. Correct. These are, with everything every one of you are saying, the 4 characteristics of human rights. Correct. And remember, our speakers are listening. They are so scared of you. You're so smart to behold. Yes, family members. The next question now is human? Listen, this question is very, very important. And do not go anywhere. At the end of this talk show, I'll be picking somebody to reward them. One person, just one. And this is not done. I don't do this regularly. I don't even do it at all. But because this topic is my bestie, that is why I'm going to break all odds, break all protocol to do it. So, family, is human being made for religion, or is religion made for human being? So listen, family, I need you to answer me this question. I'm reading your comments, and I'm going to choose somebody in the end. So stay to the end. Do not go anywhere. You don't know when I will choose. It may not even be the end. It may be in the middle, or it may be the end. So stay throughout the talk show. My next question is this. Is human being made for religion? So did they create us for religion, or did they make religion to serve humanity, or did they make us to serve religion? Tell me, it's either you can't say no. That I don't know what is human made for religion? No, what? There are 2 questions here. If you say no, no what? No what? Religion is made for human. Okay, are you sure? Religion is made for human. Okay, are you sure? Protected by law. Okay, you're still answering the other one. This is really tricky. I love you, my God. Religion is made for human. Are you sure? Why are people being killed for religion? Why do you see people, they will stone you to death for your religion? You need to listen and give me an answer. Is religion made for human being, or is human being made for religion? Say religion is made. Are you guys sure? This not you come here and answer, and you go back and continue. Okay, Mohammed Naim was taking the face of one's belief. I love you, Mohammed, but the question is not dependent. Tell me, what do you believe? Mohammed, do you believe that human beings are made for religion, or religion made for human beings? Religion for human being. Okay, I see one. Mary said, human being is made for religion. Mary, thank you. First I said, religion is made for human being. Okay, religion is made for human being. No religion is meant for us. We have freedom. Anime is going far. I need you to come to it. Let's all walk at a pace. Religion is made for human being. And Beth said human beings are living for religion. Oh, that's why we kill each other for it. She's saying what is practice. Okay. Now, my last and final question is this. Culture, religion, or law? All right. So I didn't even know what I wrote. So now, my last question is this. A culture or a religion, practice, or laws that is oppressive to certain persons. Let's be honest, if we want, we can start quoting. But the question is, a cultural practice or certain religious practice, not all, our cultures, religion, and law are really good. But any cultural, religious, or law practices that is oppressive in terms of that see the oppression of certain persons and favor other people, should it be changed? Should we change religious or cultural or law practices that oppress certain people and favor certain people? Should it be changed? You can say no, keep it. You can say, patients say yes, it should be changed. Inherent dignity. Oh, I don't know what that is. Yes, it should be changed. That is why the Constitution has amended it. Okay, thank you, isn't it? Religion is by force. Stephen said yes, it should be changed. Thank you. Riri said yes. Thank you. Patient say yes. I love you, Patient. Nango say yes, ma. Okay. Oluwafemi say it should be changed ASAP. Wow, I'm shocked tonight. I can't believe what I'm reading. And then he can say yes, it should be changed. On that note, I am going to bring in our speakers. There are certain things you answered, I will speak on it. But let me hear what our wonderful, intelligent, learned, doctorate degree holders and wise speakers have to say. Can we start from Barrister Tope? Barrister Tope, you are a barrister of the law. You heard certain things the family members have said. You heard certain questions I asked them. Just not to limit you, Barrister Tope, tonight we are all talking about human rights. Certain people will be wondering, why human rights? What about this? What about that? Why human rights? Barrister Tope, can I ask you the question? Why do you think we should talk about human rights when in Nigeria, people don't think, oh, there are many other things required? Why are you here, Barrister Tope, to talk about human rights? Thank you.
Good evening once again. I'm happy to be here one more time. Like I was saying backstage before we began the live show proper, usually it's a condition for humanity, basic human right. In fact, it is called basic because it's not supposed to be something grand. It's supposed to be something that an average human being should enjoy.
Fantastic.
Whether or not the person is sane, whether or not the person is black, white, Nigerian, non-Nigerian, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Efik, Ibibio, whichever way. And that is why it is called universal basic human right, the way it was, which was adopted in 1948. Now, when we discuss issues like this, I want to believe that we do it because we understand there is already a gap, a public gap in the understanding of such topics. Sometimes in the interaction with the topic or the interrogation of the topic. In the case of human rights, for example, it's usually not a topic that takes center stage for an issue that we discuss. But most people do not understand also that it is tied, our understanding of our basic human rights is tied to our interaction with the government, with constituted authorities, with institutions that are created to cater to our needs. So when while I was in the service, the National Youth Service in 2014, there was an encounter that I had. It was not a profound encounter, but it left an impression in me. I had gone to complain at the NYSC state headquarters because I participated in the election and I was not paid as I went due like every other person. And I went there very early in the morning. I got there 8:30. Before you know it, 9 o'clock, the workers began to come in. The woman that was to attend to me, apparently, I didn't know at the time that she was the one to attend to me. But the woman to attend to me, apparently, I just entered our office. And then I greeted her. And I said, good morning, ma. I have so complaint. But she was eating that early in the morning. The next thing she said was, hello, are you blind? Can't you see that I'm taking my breakfast? You this children, where did you come from? Now, I became immediately hungry. And I didn't know, I just spoke those words and I said, for starters, you are not supposed to eat in the office.
Oh.
Secondly, I am here. You are there on that seat because you are to cater for me. So I am supposed to be in priority. Now, I left that office and the coordinator came around. I explained what happened. The coordinator called her. She tendered an apology and then attended to me. And then it occurred to me that there is what is called the right to dignity of the human person.
Oh.
It is not until a soldier beats you on the street that you say he has not dignified your human person, or until the police ruffles you. Somebody who works in a ministry where you are supposed to interface with the person, derogates and speaks to you derogatively because he feels he's sitting on a special chair, and because at that point in time, if you do not understand that the person there is not doing right by you and is in contravention of your right as a citizen, as a human being, not even necessarily as a Nigerian, as a human being, you will not know what to do or how to react. Just recently, I just read that the vice premier, the prime minister of Italy, will be facing jail term for giving back immigrants' chips. The immigrants, got to that city, to Italy, illegally, quote unquote. Ordinarily, you would expect that, why are they there? But because they are immigrants, it is believed that they are basic human rights because they are human beings. You should at least listen to them and see what you can do, not turn them back to into a condition that is, you don't know what will become of them. Now, that is in problem merely for doing that. So when we say, don't touch about human rights, there is no food, there is no water, there is insecurity, there is this. And why are you people discussing human rights? It is because the people who superintend over us do not appreciate that we are human beings. They do not have a grand and profound understanding of what it means for humanity, for you to respect and honor the human rights of the next person. That is why they do everything and anything to trample on our basic human rights with reckless abandon, because they know that we will not ask questions. Now, I told somebody, I said, the reason why sometimes I wonder if the poverty that we have in the country is not systemic is because they know that a people that is poor, a people that lacks the basic things of life, would never have the mental and psychological awareness to ask basic human rights questions. Because the conversation is always about the next meal, the next money to pay the next school fees. So because of that, they know that you will never ask, why is this way? Why am I being denied this right on daily basis? For example, your right to life that is in section 33 of the Constitution. It is the duty of the government to protect that your right to life. So when Boko Haram attacks, Fulani S-men attacks, those non-state actors, what do? They deny you that right by taking the life of that person. But that person is supposed to be cared for by a serious government who is supposed to put security architectures in place to ensure that his lives and property is protected. So we don't really understand this from a place of right. Sometimes we understand it from a place of privilege. When you see Nigeria have conversations and basic conversations of this nature, you see them say, is the government not trying? Maybe they have done this one. Maybe they have done that one. Forgetting that it is not, we have some things that are in chapter 2. We have some things that, if you go to the Constitution of Nigeria, from the whole of chapter 4, which is section 33 to 47, if I'm not wrong, yes. You see all your rights there. It includes even your right to own properties, immovable properties anywhere in the country. So you are a Yoruba person, or you are an Igbo person, or you are an Hausa person. You want to get a property in a different location that is not your tribe. You have met every basic thing they're asking of you. And then the person comes along to say, he's a evil man, I'm not selling. Of course, we all know what happened in Lagos and what is the happening regarding purchase of land and all that. And we cannot shy from these conversations. And then they say, no, don't sell land to them. Don't sell because no, they are Igbos. But the Constitution says you have right to own immovable properties. So if somebody now says, no, I'm not selling to you, and is shameless enough to say, I am not selling to you because you belong in the other side of the divide. You are Igbo, you are outside, therefore I'm not selling. We have not really tested our laws, but I want to believe that you should be able to go to court to say, this person has trampled on my right to own immovable properties in the country. The moment we understand that at the base of our collective interaction as a country is the need for mutual respect for the basic human right of the next person, we would be making headway in our national discourse for unity. One very intelligent man said something. He said, justice is the first condition of humanity. Now, is the first condition. Where you have peace and there is no justice, what you have is a graveyard kind of peace. It is not a lasting peace. So to ensure a lasting peace, you must deal with the question of justice, equity, and fairness. One of the basic principles of universal human rights is fairness. Are you fair to the next person? Is the person that is in the National Assembly that you have all deposited your franchise to represent you, is he fair to you? Does he understand that as a human being, there are basic rights that you are supposed to enjoy?
Thank you.
So this conversation, it is necessary that we know that this is as important as the next poor person on the street. If you're asking food, if you're talking about food, healthcare and all that, they are all tied to our rights one way or another as global citizens, particularly as Nigerians too. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. I will come to Madam Hope, Dr. Hope, IOM Dr. Hope. Dr. Hope, before I come to you, finally, I asked the family, I played a video at the beginning of the program Remember, I said the winner will get a prize. I'll shock you. A lot of you for the normal birth said it was boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, and boy, girl. Then the second one, which was a CS, a lot of you again, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, and girl, boy. There was something outstanding. Supple. There was something that was obvious. Dr. Tamitope is here, and we allow him to settle in. Yeah, he's settling in. Dr. Tamitope, I may bring you up because my eyes and heart is with you. I'll bring you up. Good evening, Dr. Tamitope. So I'm still speaking, if you don't mind. Family, I played a video, cesarean delivery and normal birth. You said boy, girl, boy, girl. One thing was outstanding. None of you could ascertain the gender of the child at birth. Los Angeles is smart though. I didn't know I'm this smart. You see, what we see in practice on earth, Madam Hope, I need you to listen because this next question goes to you. You see, people will tell you this person is more important, superior, this, that was done better, and this. Listen, I played a video. There was no genitals or you didn't see it. I asked you, guess. The first one, boy or girl, boy, girl, and boy, girl. None of you even said boy, 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 boy. You didn't know. You were guessing. The second one, the same thing. I want to say this to you, family. It's obvious that all human beings are born equal in dignity and in rights. Period. We just role played it here. I just thought of it. I said, let me do this and see what will happen. What happened, what I saw tonight, family, what I saw tonight is that all human beings are born equal in dignity and in rights. What about the men? What about the women? None of you could, at birth, you couldn't even say. If it's not Oyibo people that cannot see what you have in the stomach, when you're pregnant, you won't even tell me 1,000% I know this is a boy or girl. Because all human beings are born in dignity and in rights. We just proved it here. Right now, I asked again a very important question. Can you tell me the 4 characteristics of human rights? You all said it. Universality. What does universality mean? It means that each and everyone has the right to human rights. It's universal. You cannot say that. I asked the question as well. Oh, he's a white man, then he has human rights. Oh, he's a black man, he doesn't have human rights. Oh, he's a man, he has human rights. Oh, he's a woman, she doesn't have human rights. Oh, he's tall, he has human rights. Oh, he's short, he doesn't have human rights. No. Human rights is universal because each and everyone has it. Because each and everybody is human. Human rights, the second characteristic says, is indivisible. What does that mean? What it means is you cannot pick and choose which rights you should have. There are 30 basic, as Barrister Tope said. They are basic. Yes, they are basic. They are basic because they are natural. They are natural. It's indivisible. Why? Because you can't say, okay, take the rights to life and take away the right to safety. You can't do that. Human rights law is indivisible. You cannot pick and choose which rights somebody should have. Everybody should have all human rights. Don't keep some for men, some for women, some for Christians, some for Muslims, some for whites, and some for black. No, family. No. We all need to enjoy human rights equally, indivisible. Can't pick and choose. Take this for women, take this. No. Another thing you said is it is interrelated. The same meaning. You can't pick and choose. Women, take this. Men, take this. Oh yeah, you can enjoy rights number 1, rights number 2. We will hold right number 3, and you can't do it. It's interrelated. Every human being, the rights contributes to the fulfillment and realization of the dignity of human being. If you take away any, you destroy the other. You can't say, I have rights to life, but I don't have rights to safety. Then I don't have rights to life. Can't you think? They are all the same. They are all the same. You have, freedom of speech, but you will kill you if you talk. You don't have rights. Every right is, as you guys say, universal. Yes, it's universal. Indivisible. Yes, it's indivisible. Interrelated. Absolutely yes. And the most important, the sweetest of them all. Sometimes I can't pronounce it. It says, human rights is inalienable right. What does that mean? Inalienable. We all say it. Our rights are inalienable rights. We have inalienable rights. What does it mean? Simple. You cannot sell it. You cannot lose it. You cannot. Okay. Dr. Temitope, I hold you now. Sign off your right. Dr. Temitope, I now sign that I have no right. Yeah, bam. He can't. You can't. Go to court. You say, I have signature. He signed off his right. He signed off his right. Lawyer. Court. Look at. This is Dr. Temitope signing off his right. His right is inalienable. He will never be able to sell it. He can't sign it off. He cannot get rid of it. No one can take it away from him. Nostalgia, you too shout. Sorry, why I no go shout? We all say it, inalienable rights. Inalienable rights. And yet you say, I don't have rights. The dog, this one is taking my right. This one has taken my right. I sold my rights to this. You can't sell it. You're born with it. It's born with. Follow come. When you say car, all these parts from the car follow come. These rights follow you come. It follow you come to life. You cannot sign it. You own it. Nobody can. You can't sell it. You sold it. Okay, let's say Dr. Temitope, I gave you 1 million or 100 million. I have to hype it. You sold it and signed. I have sold my rights to Nurse Angel, and you signed it. I take it. Dr. Temitope, jump and fly. Go and kill yourself. You say no. I take you to court. Barrister, law, judge. Dr. Temitope already sold his right. I gave him 100 million. Get out of the court. You can't sell your rights. Dr. Temitope, you're a free man. Go away. You can't. Human rights is not sellable. It's inalienable. I hope you understand it tonight. So I will ask Madam Hope a question. Madam Hope, you hear me? None of the family members were able to ascertain the gender. They were guessing. Why? Because human beings are born equal. As long as you're human, male or female, equal at birth. Rich or poor, equal. Either royalty, equal. It's either they give birth to you for a cesarean or normal, equal. Now, Madam Hope, my question to you is, do you think
I'm here.
Do you think that all genders, and in Nigeria enjoy equal rights, irrespective of the fact that they say human beings are born equal. Thank you.
The answer is capital no. If all genders have been enjoying equal rights, then why have we been here all this while? What have we been saying? It's because people, irrespective of their gender, whether male or female, whether boy or girl, they have not been enjoying equal rights. There has been discrimination against a female gender, starting from the point when the child is born, without considering that every person that is born is a human being. Your sex is not what made you a human being. You are born a human being, and by the fact that you are born a human being, you are born with a right. All these rights we've talked about, wherever you are born, whether you are born a black, whether you are born a white, whether you are born a female, whether you are born a male, you have right to live, you have right to survive, you have every right that is whether you are a male or female, like we have identified. But in Nigeria, it has not been so. We have seen it from different angles. It's rooted to the culture, it's rooted to the religion. There is a lot of things that has really justified why a man will enjoy a particular right, why a woman cannot enjoy it. But by the nature of being created a human being, God created us all equal. It's not our sex that made us human beings. When we are created a human being, at that very point, we have all these rights that we have identified. But I said, capital no. Not every gender enjoys all these rights, as we have said, but it is our right, but we are not enjoying it.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll come back to you. Dr. Temitope, Professor Temitope, do you want to salute the family members? Then I'll ask you a question. You're muted. Thank you, madam.
Good evening, in our mind, family. In our mind, always in my mind. My destiny is in my hand. Every moment I share with each of you listening, it gladdens my heart. It gives me long life. It gives me good health. I always long to see each one. And I want you to know that Nurse Angel, she prays for each of you and she desires the best for everyone. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I would have asked our barrister in the house this question, but I want to ask you because I know you're a professor, therefore you have a very good knowledge of a lot of different areas of life. Dr. Temitope, you just came in and we've been talking about human rights. We have seen, and family, they are so super. I'm wondering if they are super. What is happening? They are so super. And I'm wondering, and I think maybe because they are just IOM members, we need to kind of recruit the whole of Nigerians. Because if all Nigerians are like in our mind family members, hey, Britain and America no go see our back. I repeat, or other Western countries no go see our back. If IOM members are all Nigerians, like if Nigerians are all IOM members, I tell you, nobody go see our back because these people are too much. They talked about the fact that all human beings are born equal. Every one of us have equal rights in the law, and as long as we are human, we enjoy rights. However, you heard Dr. Hope. She said women in certain areas, because I asked, do all gender enjoy this human right? She said no. Particularly, she gave example with women, and she said certain men as well, and I agree. Now, my question to you, Dr. Temitope, our IOM professor, is we have already asked family members about religion. What we ask them is religion made for man? Or is man made for religion? They all said man is made for religion. Religion is made for man. I was shocked. I was shocked, Dr. Barrister Temitope, because they're correct. What is now happening? Last year or 2 years ago, someone was killed in the university in Nigeria because they said they blasphemed about the holy person. And because they deemed the person to have blasphemed or said something that they don't think is correct, according to their religious doctrine, they killed the woman. A young lady was killed for religion. That was why I asked, is religion made for man or is man made for religion? They all said religion is made for man to enjoy, not man being made for religion. So, Professor, this person that was killed because they said something that was not correct according to the religion they belong to. Not just do you think is right, but how do we bring justice to this lady that was killed all in the name of religion? What do you have to say to us?
In our mind, always in my mind, my destiny is in my hand. Once again, good evening, everyone. And I want everyone listening to me to understand that this platform provided by Nurse Angel is to enlighten us so that we can take informed decisions.
1 minute, Dr. Temitope. IOM members, please ignore this. Ignore this person. Do not ignore. In fact, we'll delete them from the page. They say they are herbalist native doctor. Please do not call him. If you call him, you will find yourself in trouble. This person, whether they are male or female, do not engage. They are the scammers and they are fake. They are not part of us. We are not indulging them. They cannot use our platform to sell their herbalist native doctor trick winning lotto, and he's here. He's here. Do not engage with him. He should be taken off. Block this person. Remove him from the page. Please, I don't want to see them on this page. Please, continue.
Thank you very much. Nurse Angel wants everyone listening to know that this is a life-changing program.
Correct.
Your orientation, your enculturation, your background, your religion, your culture, even your education, your exposure must have over the years limited or constrained you from making great success in life. But on this platform, we will help provide you with quality knowledge so that you can take a proper and informed decisions. So please, it's an opportunity to learn. And I have this ways of saying it better. There are 3 P's. P number 1, P number 2, P number 3. And I need to emphasize it over and over. The first P is the public opinion. Number 2 is professional opinion. Number 3 is private opinion. On this platform, we share public opinion. In a public space like this, we want to give valid, verifiable, and replicable knowledge that will be of value to you. We're not actually superimposing our thoughts, we're only teaching you to give you the right knowledge. And then the second piece is the professional knowledge. Often you have limited questions because you must go by professional ethics, like the medical doctor. Where there is need for anesthesiology, you give the anesthesiologist his function. And where there is need for a surgical procedures, you follow the procedures. Then the private opinion, it's in an avenue. If you think you are not ready to learn and you have a self-made answers to your questions, return back to your various abodes, share your knowledge to yourself, and be happy. But in a public space like this, please be willing to learn. So we're here to share ideas together, cross-fertilize our thoughts. Looking at what happened, number one, if you permit me to also establish on what Dr. Hope rightly did say, I'll be right to say that in Nigeria, everyone is born equal. Nobody is born unequal compared to another. But we as humans deliberately introduce certain disenfranchising protocols premised on culture or religion. So everybody is equal everywhere. We are all equal.
Bosa. Continue.
Thanks. Now, looking at the lady that was killed on campus, let's be honest. I want to say it without any apology to anybody. And I'm humbly presenting this to the public space. There is no religion in the world that teaches what is evil. And in the integrity of my heart, on this platform, we have those who are Muslims, we have those who are Christians of all religion. Yes, Islam did not teach you to kill. That's not true. Christianity does not teach you to kill. Whatever has been done to that lady was, one, wrongly done, unjustly done. It was not religious teachings. If there are religious teachers, if there are scholars who feels that which was done was a religious right, it was not the scriptures as taught by the Holy Prophet, Prophet Muhammad. And it is not as what is taught in the Holy Quran. That's not correct. And again, it is by extension saying, if you still hold that ideology, it is defective, it is faulty, it is not right. In Nigeria, Nigeria is a secular state. It is not a religious state. The Constitution is a ground norm. It supersedes, it prevails over all, and that is the position of the law. And the law is clear. Anything that is inconsistent to the law, to that extent of its inconsistency, is null and void. It's not known to law. It's just unfortunate that we politicize many things. In the ideal sense, those people that perpetrate that crime should have been brought before the law. That is the sincerity of it. Nobody should abet crime. Nobody should be an accomplice. So for my position, I repeat again, Islam is a religion of peace. We love all our brethren from the Islam's faith, from Muslim. We're all friends. We're all together. So let's remain together. Let's build Nigeria. Los Angel wants you to know that we're one. We're building the society together. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Fantastic. My next question will go to our counsel in the house, Barrister Tope. But Barrister Tope, you heard Madam Hope, you heard Dr. Temi Tope. I want to say this to you. You see, human rights, human rights, human rights, human rights. There is a decline of human rights. Generally speaking, a huge decline of human rights and an increase. We have an increase of culture relativism. What do I mean? First of all, I want to say this. Culture inculcates religion is under culture. Tradition is under culture. Culture is the totality of people's way of life. The way you dress, the language you speak, the belief you have, the tradition, your history, they all make up your culture. However, in Nigeria, People tend to follow cultural relativism than human rights. What do I mean by that? This is because politics, religion, tradition led us to suffer. They allow things to happen in the name of religion and culture. Like Dr. Temitope said, the religion may not specifically say that, but the people in their practice and belief are doing that to a fellow human being. You see, people are being killed in the name of religion or culture. Yeah, they say to you that is the culture. It's culture. People have to believe in our culture or religion. Cancel that killing. Or what the Lagos state government, I was reading, what the Lagos state government is doing by, you said it, Council, asking people to leave. You're not from Lagos, leave. Or people killing a human being in the name of religion. What do you have to say to us? How do we bring them to justice? Like Professor said, they must be brought to book. How do you epic? Because sometimes, if I don't know whether they brought those people to book. If they didn't, how do we bring them to book? So that we know that the religion is meant to serve the people, not the people to die for religion. Barrister Tope.
Well, I'm happy to be here once again. Basically, in Nigeria, supposed to punish offenders. Lie.
Sorry, we didn't hear you. We didn't hear you. Can you start again?
Of government
can you start again? Your network froze.
Okay. Oh, okay. I said in the Nigerian jurisprudence, in our legal system, generally speaking, the responsibility to punish offenders of any kind lies first and foremost with the police, and then any other security agencies with such mandates. Now, so when we ask questions about how to bring people who have broken the law to book as private individuals, there is very little that we can do unless we want to maybe ask for a fiat of government and then begin to prosecute them as private citizens. Now, in the case in point, in the case of the lady that was murdered for saying what was inappropriate, quote and unquote, in a decent society, in a very decent society, the basic thing that should have been done was what Prof said. But it is not myself and you, it is not those of us listening that has the mandate to punish them. It is the government, the police, with the power by law. They are the one to bring them to justice, ensure that they are arraigned before a court of competent jurisdiction, and then a trial will take place, and then when found guilty, and they will be punished appropriately. But where you have, for example, an endemic, an endemic that has eaten so much into the fabrics of the society to a point where even the security agencies that ordinarily should ensure that those guys are brought to book are complacent because they feel, why did she say what she said? Is she not aware that these guys are usually sensitive to issues of that nature? We begin to give excuse to what have you. And then they did not do anything. When Khan began to shout, they arrested those guys, and that was the end of it. I think eventually they were probably just released, and that was the end of it. What we need is, first of all, an overhauling of our major institutions in the country, which of course includes our security architecture our police and all that. They must become aware and alive to their responsibilities. If you are a policeman or a member of the EFCC, what you think do not matter. It is what the law says that matters. Even if you are the imam of a mosque, for example, and another person kills one person in the name of religion, of course you might have this religious sentiment to want to maybe find justification for that horror. But the law tells you, by the mandate of what you work for, the government you work for, that such person should be arraigned. And the proper thing is to get them arrested, arraigned. For example, you cannot come to court and say you did not intention. The question of whether the death was intentional is out of it. It was intentional. It was malicious. So there is no conversation about whether they did it on purpose or they did it. It was clear that they did it on purpose. And when people began to shout, they even attempted. They protested. The people who did it protested because they felt somebody who happens to be one of their voices, I think it was Atiku, he tweeted condemning what happened. And I read comment. When the lady was killed, I believe we are discussing Deborah. When Deborah was killed and Atiku Abubakar commented and condemned the killing, ordinarily we expect that if we still have humanity flowing in our veins, we should all condemn what had happened in totality and charge the government to find the perpetrators and bring them to book. But that was not what happened. You see hundreds of persons attacking Atiku and even saying they will not vote for him for saying this. They will not vote for him for condemning the killing of a Nigerian extrajudicially because of religion. The question, therefore, is in the mind of the average person who is religious, who is quote unquote extremist. No, let me say religious. Let me say people who are extremists who we inhabit the same country with. Do they have basic understanding? Do they respect my human rights and humanity enough not to do that to me if I make such mistake in the future? If the answer to this question is no, it means that the government must be on their toes. If we make examples of people who have done that in the past, those who want to do it now will not do it. But do we make examples of them? How many people have been sentenced? That's not the first time now. The lady that was doing morning cry, was it not in Kano or Kaduna? I can't remember. She was slaughtered on the street. And I don't think anything happened afterward. We didn't know there was no investigation. The matter just became unsolved. And it ended like that. So if we are saying, how do we bring them to book? It behoves on the government. It behoves on the government to show intent. But then, as much as we mount this conversation about the fact that Nigeria is a secular state, yes, of course, that's what the Constitution says. The Constitution says we are a secular entity, which means that there is no state religion, which means that religion is supposed to be a private affair, which means that you should be able to be what you want to be without disturbing the religious inclination of the next person. That is what the law says. But in reality, religion is a state affair in Nigeria, if we are being realistic. That is why a president will budget 92 billion for people to go to the Holy Land. And the state governor will go and build an economical center worth billions of naira when there are people who cannot have access to basic water in his state. So when we look at the reality, those people who do that, how do you then expect them to have the moral fiber, the fortitude to punish religious extremism? And when you don't when you don't punish extremism of any kind, it means that you have stood deterrence on its edge. And when you stand deterrence on its end, it means that people can then do what they like without fear of repercussions. And that is why these things are not stopping. That is why we keep shouting, let there be unity, let there be this, let us respect the religion of the other person, let us this, let us that. And then you see that these things are not done. So it is, we must ensure that what we can do is maybe, talk to government, talk to agencies of government who are charged with this duty. Because if you say you want to take a fiat, now for example, somebody did something, keep the another for religious whatever, the government, the law allows the police to determine or decide whether they want to prosecute the person or not. And most of the time, they don't prosecute. If you say you are a private lawyer, for example, a lawyer into private practice, you say you want to take a fiat to now practice the person. You first to now, punish the person and take the person before the court. They want you to, first of all, they will ask you to come and show what is called local standard in law. Come and show us why this thing is important to you as a person. Are you the only one? That's what is called locus. Come and show us locus. So you first of all have to convince the court, because in this point, you are not the police. You are not the agency charged with the duty to prosecute the person. But now you want to take it upon yourself and get justice for the person that has been slain unjustly. Then you have to go through the government system of applying for a fiat. That let me do it on my own. You then have to go through the administrative bottlenecks. At that point, the police that is not ready to prosecute, are you sure they would give you the needed moral and even material support for you to? And how many do you want to, as private citizens, who would sponsor those cases? How many do you want to do in a year? How many do you want to do? So that is why failure of leadership is also one of the problems we have. Although I always tell people that our leaders are products of our society, but then since they are at the ends of affair, it is only proper that the buck stops at their table. Because if they show leadership and punish offenders, those who trample on human rights, until recently when the police began to take serious these embarrassing situations that police do to ordinary citizens, now sometimes they demote them, sometimes they send them out, but they do these things when it has gone viral, when they know that the public image of the police, usually in the international community, is affected. That will come, they swing into action, sometimes they demote, sometimes they fire them, and you ask yourself, what of those ones that happen in villages where there was nobody there to put it on Facebook, but the person goes to the station to complain? You see this police boss trying to bully you into silence. So these things are there until the government show leadership. Because as far as prosecution of criminals and crime is concerned, it is the primary responsibility of the arm of government, the police and other security agencies. What we can do to prevent as citizens, as private citizens, is something of this nature. This thing we are doing, this thing Nozingel is doing, we begin to educate ourselves and disabuse our minds as citizens, as Nigerians. Because extremism is a disease, I tell you, whether it is religious extremism, whether it is extremism of any kind. I say this because it is not right, it is not even proper that you will hold on to a belief so strongly. Because you are a human being, you might not always have all the facts. So always have it at the back of your mind that you might be wrong, whether in religion or in social discussion or in anything. So when you hold hardline positions and you say, no, it is my way or no way, I am correct, I am right, that is extremism. What if you're wrong? Have you ever considered the possibility that you might actually be wrong? What if the other person is right? That is why extremism of any kind is something that the government should discourage, let alone religious extremism that can be very bad. Look at what extremism is doing to Nigeria. Look at what religious extremism is doing to us everywhere. Look at what it's doing to us everywhere. So as citizens, when we train our children, this generation, we have a duty. When we give birth to children, yes, we should train them in the way of religion. If you're a religious person, you want your child to go to church, to go to mosque, fine, no problem. But while you are doing that, do not let him forget the core of his humanity. That is more important than whatever religion he believes in. If you teach him the core of his humanity, he will understand that regardless of the religion of the next person, he has a duty to be kind to the next person. So these are the things we can do on the personal basis as private citizens. But on bringing them to justice, bringing them to book, that is the duty of the government. We can only charge government and you as interest groups and do what we have to do as civil societies to ensure that they do right by all Nigerians. Thank you for listening.
I'm very sad. Honestly sad. I will talk to Madam Hope next. Madam Hope, before I talk to you, you can mute Barrister Tobin. I hear our wonderful barrister talk about failure of leadership. What I hear is failure of followership. You know, the admin team will tell you that when you are talking to me, I'm hearing what you're not saying. Again, our brother, he hinted about citizenship, but he said failure of leadership. I heard failure of followership. Yes, I did. He talked about the duty of government to bring the people to book. I heard of the duty of the citizens to say enough is enough. That was what I was hearing. Because I will not lie to you, power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts, absolutely. Because government, if they are relaxed and if they are happy, they will not want to do anything that will jeopardize their position. Therefore, it is now left for people like Madam Hope, which she has been doing in a whole lot of areas, to push the government to bring justice. That is the work of Madam Hope and her colleagues. They are the agents. They are the activists we hear about. They are the fighters, human fighters, gender-based fighters. They are the people that say no to injustice. Police, you don't want to do your work. We push you. We go, we scream, we talk, we shout until justice is realized. Because when you say failure of leadership, I hear failure of followership. Duty of government, I hear you masses can do it as well. People like our Madam Hope. But before I ask you a question, I want to say that it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that when it is very easy for us to forget about human rights. When it comes to religion, culture, tradition, family, when we hear religion, people throw human rights into the bush and want to protect religion, even if it means to kill for the religion. First of all, there was something I forgot. I can do it now. Family, I want you to answer me. Is Christian religion from Nigeria? Family, I want you to answer me 2 questions I want to ask. Yes or no? Is Christian religion, is it bettered from Nigeria? Christian religion, is it bettered from Nigeria? Christian religion, this is sad. Okay, so family, the question is okay, they're answering, thank you. No. So Christianity is a borrowed religion. Yes or no? They say no, is not bettered from Nigeria. No, is not bettered from Nigeria. So we are taking other people's religion, we learn it, we carry it, and we are practicing other people's religion. Fantastic. They say no. Okay, now the next question is Muslim religion. Muslim religion, is it better from Nigeria? Is it Nigeria that brought Muslim religion, or is it a borrowed religion like Christian? We are now asking of Muslim religion. Is it better from Nigeria? Yes or no? Let me see. Because let me see. It said exactly. It said nope, nope, okay, nope. It's borrowed. Thank you, borrowed. Oh my God. Oh my God. So if we, I don't know how to start. I don't know what to say. I don't even know how to say it. So we are just saying here that it's very easy for us to throw human rights in the bush when it comes to our religion or our culture. Because it's important to put the other person in your shoes. The young lady that was killed, can you put yourself in her shoes? I'm talking to my Christian and Muslim brothers and sisters. If it were your mother, your sister, your daughter, your neighbor, your friend, if it were your own person that was killed, will you like it? They will say, oh, why did she do this? Why should she do that? Okay, it's done. What is the way that we can use to address it rather than to kill? Are we not murderers? For you to kill, are you not a murderer? Are you not, how can you be going proudly that you have taken a life? We all said that human rights is inalienable rights. We have the right to be alive. But some people are boasting that they have taken another person's life from them. I don't understand it. I'm so sad. We are comfortable when it's someone else that is happening to. Why is that the case? And I want to ask my Muslim brothers and sisters, because we are not talking about religion. What about in employment? Our Muslim brothers and sisters are in employment, and your employer will be slapping you, use knife and cut your hands because they have the power to do that. Will you like it? I don't think you will like it. Nobody wants to be abused, killed, or tortured because of any other thing. Remember, they are human. They have the right not to be killed, not to be tortured. Why should we do that? Why should we do that in the name of religion or culture? Madam Hope, you heard what Professor and Dr. Temitope said. They are talking about the government, which is true, but where the government is not changing, I don't even think it's the government. For me, I've always said it's the people, it's the masses. The people that killed the lady is not the government, it's the masses, it's you and me. It's you and me that killed the woman. It's not the government, it's you and me. In terms of, it's the masses, the followers that killed the woman. Who rapes, who commits atrocity is the people. It's not just the leaders. Yes, the leaders come from the people, but the people are the people that are committing such atrocities in the name of a religion that did not ask them to do that. If our religion, like we believe, we worship God in our different religion, yeah, and if we are worshiping God and we say God is infinite, He's super, why will we kill for our God? Are we saying our God is weak? Why are we killing for our God? Our God is a spirit, He's God, He's super, He's supernatural. Yet we don't think it's like that. When we kill somebody because we don't think God can do justice, are we now more powerful than God? Madam Hope, please talk to me before I carry on. You are in the field. You know that sometimes if you leave it in the hands of the authority, they won't do anything. What do you have to say to family members on how to bring justice for such people that have been, their lives have been taken from them based on religion, culture, tradition, and whatnot. Thank you.
Okay. If you ask me, it's unfortunate that what has happened. What we'll be talking about is how to prevent and stop it from continuing and repeating itself. Because if you look at the religion, I'm happy we answered.
Sorry, Madam Rob. I need you to also address how we will solve this issue apart from stopping.
Yes, I'm just starting. Yes, I'm just starting to talk. What I'm trying to say is this: just like you rightly said, human rights is inalienable. That nobody has the right to take it away from any human being. Nobody has the right to take the right that we have as is in us, is inherent. By the virtue that we are human beings, we have the right to live. Nobody has the right to take it away from us, except in a situation where somebody has committed a crime that, based on the law of the land, the person was tried in for justice to be served. There was a fair hearing. There was a process of litigation. There was a process. At the end of everything, the person was actually found guilty as breaking the provisions of the law of the land. But nobody has the right. No single human being or public have the right to take away another person's life. Now, my question is why I'm trying to answer your question. My question I'm asking the family is this: what is religious all about? Religious is meant to bring out the best in us as human beings, so that we can love, just like myself coming from the Christian background, talked about where Christ said that the most important commandment is you love God and you also love your neighbor. These are the two most important commandments that if we keep that law, if we actually love God and love our neighbor, we find out that we cannot kill our fellow human being because we love them. And now, if you say that you are trying to, that is because of religion, you are trying to take action, I wonder, are we trying to protect God? If that offense is actually meant against God and against his prophet, I think that God is, whoever is the God that we proclaim to serve, that God should be powerful enough to protect himself and fight for himself. It's not we, the human being now, that will fight to protect God. Now, if I want to relate this to the scripture where I am coming from, being a Christian, I remember there was a time Gideon, having been instructed by the angel of God, took some action against the gods of his father, the gods of their land. And they were about to also take action against him. But either I may not be right, but either his father or somebody who is a priest to that God now told them that they should leave the God to fight for himself. That if what he has done is against God, that they shouldn't fight for the God. They should allow God to fight for himself. So what I'm trying to say now is this. Like I said, if you ask me, we know Nigeria, we are talking from the experience of the enforcement and enforcement of law in Nigeria and actually getting justice. We know that people have spoken, pressure group, individuals, a lot of people had condemned what happened, called for justice. And we noticed and we saw that actions were taken, just like my brother has said. But can anybody boldly say that the people that did this was actually brought to book, that justice was gotten for our sister Deborah? We know that they had done what they had done the way Nigeria, we do our things in Nigeria. So what I'm trying to say is this: I will always try to move forward than going backward. We may not continue to cry over spilled milk. Deborah is not the only person life we have lost unjustly in Nigeria. A lot of blood has been shed on this land that is even also contributing to what all of us are suffering as a nation. So we are talking about, let us move forward. In our mind family, I will always remind us that the purpose why we are as a family in our mind in this platform is for us to begin to bring a change. That all of us are agents of change. Even for most of us who are from Islamic faith, who are Muslims in this platform, I'm calling on all of us. Let us, with a good conscience, let us ask ourselves if what was done to Deborah is justifiable by your religion. If it's justifiable by your religion, would you now say that religion is for man or man for religion? So let us begin. Does it portray that we actually love each other? Does it portray that we can live together as one in Nigeria if we are coming with that mindset? I'm calling to our conscience as human beings created by God, and if we say we love each other, we love our neighbors, we should begin to think about how we can begin to preach, how we can begin to groom our young ones, our family, and begin to correct that mindset that taking away the life of another person in the name of religion is, I don't know the right word to use, but I'm calling on us that we should begin to look at how do we begin to change the narrative? How do we begin to look at, to realize that everybody created of God has right to live, that we don't have right to take away another person's life. It's a crime against God and is a crime against humanity. I don't know if people who killed this lady in the name of religion, if actually they are looking forward to go to heaven, if that is what the religion is preaching. But I believe that there is no religion that is preaching that killing human being is an express way for you to go to heaven. If that's the case, that means anybody can wake up any day and slaughter as much as they want. And that means nobody has the right to live anymore. So what I'm saying is this: my takeaway here is that I'm throwing it back to the family. Can we continue to go this way? Is religion meant for man, or is it man that is meant for religion? If we can answer this question, we will now ask ourselves if we are protecting God, or is it God that is protecting us? Do we fight and kill human beings created by God in the name of religion? I'm throwing it back. The answer is, for me, my own side, is that I'm not calling for us to start going back to what has happened. I'm trying to ask that we protect more souls and more lives from being killed unjustly in the name of religion. That is my own.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Madam Hope. We are here to respect each and everybody's opinion. And thank you for your question back to us. And that question, Dr. Temitope, are you here? Dr. Temitope, I think he's frozen. I wish he can come to the phone. Let me see if he can come to the phone. Because I want to ask him okay, you're here. Fantastic. So, Dr. Temitope, Madam Hope threw the question back to us. Because I asked her, she's in the field. And part of what they do as activists is to call and push for atrocities to be brought to book. That is what activists do. And you see, that we are here enjoying human rights was never from beginning. If you, next time, part 2 of this human rights, we'll look at the history, why human rights was made. Because if you check the history, there used to be a time, here we are, they used to kill, slaughter you, cut your throat. When the king is dying, they bury you on the king. You have to go and serve him in hell or heaven, wherever he's going to. A whole lot of atrocities were being committed until the people came up and said, enough is enough. We will not take it again. They started fighting. They started demanding for justice. It's not the government, remember? It's not the leaders, remember? The leaders and the government were enjoying the authority because the people were serving them. So it's the people that started fighting, demanding for their right, demanding for equal justice. Human beings are born equal. You're the king or not, and what have you. So I have asked Madam Ho that this, how do we call upon justice for atrocities committed? She's of the opinion that, are you with us, Dr. Temitope? I think you are frozen. I will just add you quickly to the phone. If you can hear me, I think you should come to the phone rather than be on the, what do you call it, on the, because of the network. So, I don't know what, okay, are you with me? I think your network is disturbing you a lot. Come to the phone, come to the conference call. Yeah, Dr. Temitope, I think you should come to the conference call. Dr. Temitope, you need to come to the conference call. Because we don't have time, we need to close. We'll definitely continue. Dr. Temitope, come to the conference call. So whilst we are waiting for Dr. Temitope, personally, I'm of the, okay, fantastic. Thank you for joining us on the phone, Dr. Temitope, because of the network. So, Madam, I'll push this question back to us. I think, for me, I won't say what I think. Let me ask you. My question back to you is, how do we, since the government and the leaders have failed us, how do we call for justice and march for justice? How do we ensure that justice is done, especially for the recent crimes committed? Because for me, I think the more we say going forward, we will never go forward. How do you determine future? You determine future by the past. There is never a time you will go forward when you don't resolve something that was just done. That is me. I may be wrong. What say you, Dr. Temitope, regarding calling for justice and pushing and ensuring that justice for a crime is done so that going forward, it will continue to be done? How do we ensure that, Dr. Temitope?
Thank you very much. In our mind, always in my mind. And that my destiny is in.
I'll call him on the phone. I think someone called him. Yeah, you know. Hello, Dr. Temitope.
Yes, I'm with you, man.
Fantastic. Continue.
Yes, the A, the B, and the C are alphabets that children learn in school. Then we can also bring it to bear as a way forward. It is a known fact that all of us must be involved. That's the aim. All of us, be it the citizens, be it the followers by name, or you call them the leaders by name, or you call it the institutions. What goes around comes around. An injury to one is an injury to all. If today an individual is a victim, who knows who is the next? The son of the judge can be the next. The son of the governor or his family can be the next. So we should stop insulating anybody. The followers are guilty, the leaders are guilty, the institutions are also defective, they are guilty. So all of us must be involved. Then number 2 is the B. We need to then learn as from today. In bringing the B to bear, we must ensure that everybody is bringing the best approach to bear. So what method do you know we can adopt? One is what Los Angel is doing, educate the people. Please remember, all of us must be involved. Then the B, bring your knowledge to bear, to fore. Let everybody bring the knowledge. Let's keep sharing ideas. Today, Los Angel is asking us to educate everybody. So we're educating ourselves. Then the C, there is no cost too hard to pay. One of the costs is what Los Angel is also doing. She's engaging us using the social media. It's costing much. You too can do the little in your various locations. What you need to do is ensure you tell everybody within your connection to connect to Los Angel. That is the cost of publicizing the program. Number 2, also do a way of reteaching others the much you're learning from this platform. That's a cost to pay. A, we must all be involved. B, bring your knowledge to bear. And then the C, the cost to pay. But please let me finally say it this way. What is wrong is wrong. What is not true is not true. And what is unjust remains unjust. And what is true remains true and just. Please, anything that you do that does not promote humanity, that does not give the knowledge of humanity, that does not have a human feeling, please understand, religion or culture is not the issue. It is you first, a human being. You were first born before you were given a religion. You were not born a religion. You were not born a culture. You were born as a human being. And according to Plato, even from Socrates down to Aristotle, you see, we all have that human nature, and the human nature is a good one. It is when you come into the world, we begin to imprint wrong things into our minds. Don't do what is wrong. Don't allow religion to distort your sense of judgment. Don't allow your culture to make you a lesser human being. Please, no religion should push you to kill. No religion should teach you to do what is wrong. No culture should teach you to do what is wrong. The way forward is let's adopt the ABC and let's put on the human face. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. And we have to go. It's like 2 hours now. So we'll go. This topic we continue next week because it's time. I see what you guys are doing. You're all tagging the people, the high people to hear. They may not come immediately, trust me. They may see it later and say, let us see what these people are tagging us for. And then we hear what we are saying. So we say, please, we will be having Human Rights Part 2. What I called it is, you got the power. We have the power. Dr. Temitope, you said a lot of beautiful things, but I want to dance. Not because I'm not interested, but it's because I think we've heard, we've learned 2 hours teaching. Right now it's time to dance. Family members, I want you to dance with me. But this particular dance is for Nigeria. in distress, not just for the fun. Where is it? Where is this song I saw? Okay, it's for Nigeria, not for me. And for Nigeria, meaning both for Hausa, Yoruba, anywhere you're from, Muslim or Christian, we are all one. Let us all fight for our country. So let's dance, then we will close. Thank you.
Africa is now under the we need to lose it forever. Africa is now under without we need to keep it for good. Nigeria is now under you have got love it or lose it forever. Nigeria is now under without love it and keep it for good. Freedom is now under we need to lose it forever. Freedom is now under we need to keep it for good. Let me hear you. See God. Africa is now under we need to lose it forever. Africa is now under we need to keep it for good. Nigeria is now under you ever love it or leave it forever. Nigeria is now under love it and keep it for good. Freedom is now under we need to lose it forever. Freedom is now under we need to keep it for good. And this is
Wow, yes, we have to tell them. The music is saying you need to, Africa, you heard it. We are just trying to say, send the message across. We need to build Nigeria. Nigeria is now or never. You heard it. So we are talking about human rights. And we know that human rights is all about us being human being first. We ask certain questions at the beginning. We ask questions like, should our religion, culture, tradition, government be changed, or certain practices, if it kills or if affects us? You all said yes. We also asked, was man made for religion or religion for man? You see, religion was made for man, not man for religion. We also know that no matter your gender, no matter your color, no matter your race or language or belief, that we are all human beings first. Therefore, as we go, I want you to know in your heart of hearts, we are going to come back for part 2, but know that whatever you do or whatever you want to be done to you, you should do to the other. If you think you can kill somebody because you have the power to, do you want to be killed as well? Because others have the power to kill you. Things like this is what we should always bear in mind when we are relating with one another. We are all human first, before your religion, before your gender, before your culture. You're human being. You see, they gave birth to the child first, human. Then they will say, you're born into this religion, or you are now a man, or you are now this. You're human being first, before your religion or your culture. Family, let us go and know that in our mind should always be in your mind, and your destiny is always in your hands. Go continue the news, continue the conversation. And I said I will choose somebody in the end. I will allow the admin to remind me the first person that got the 4 characteristics of human rights will be the winner of my prize. I love you all. Goodbye. Thank you. See you later. Bye-bye.